Hey family. So the energy on my table right now is very woo. Not in a scary way, not in a way for you to be concerned, but in a very enlightened way. It feels powerful in the best way. And you guys know I do not do the false um positivity thing. What's the thing where everyone's always like the positive when you're really positive just because you want to avoid the negative? That's not what we're doing here at all. You see, I have the third eye chakra and the third eye chakra with intuition here at the center. That's interesting because everything that I'm gonna say is gonna be a confirmation for you, okay? So bear with me if it's vague because the energy is very heightened, and I'll describe that more in a little bit. But what you need to know is this is the channeled energy of some sort of timeline shift. The type of shift that feels extremely esoteric in nature, like versus just a change in habits, mentality, or overall vision. I don't really know another way to describe it other than some sort of historical based, past life based, or even ancestral lineage based redo. And I hope that makes sense. It feels like an anticipation of something you desire and then you get it, but instead of excitement for what's new, everything feels like it's already happened and like you've already experienced it before. It's an overwhelming deja vu, okay? So there are multiple perspectives in this reading, even though, as I mentioned, it feels a little vague. But as I further ground this energy, as I further ground this message, remain aware I channel past, present, and incoming energy. I see a range of polarity, which reads in light as well as shadow. You have to find yourself in lesson in the journey. And if the algorithm brought you here, you're in your right place, right space. However it resonates, there's something in this message being brought to your attention. So I mentioned it's a little vague so far because I'll be very honest, the energy is so high frequency. That's how it's coming through. Like, this is the very definition of a collective message. So, I also want to mention if you're tired, it's because whatever this shift is making you that way. Like, I stepped in and now I'm a little sleepy. It's midday. So, it's midday, right? And the only way to combat this, because it's not a bad thing, it's a preparation thing. I'm hearing the word preparation. Just make sure you get enough rest and stay hydrated. Like, I feel like I could doze off and sleep right now. But the interesting thing about the way I feel like I can sleep, it does not feel like a nap. It feels like healing energy. Like I could go to sleep and allow my body to do some healing, right? It feels energy astral work. Okay. So I'm gonna put this back together. We'll get further clarification on what this is. Tell me, what is the shifts? What is this deja vu? And what is this reward that the collective can anticipate that will be familiar because it is? Feels like something that's owed to you, like you're expecting it because it's due. Tell me. Give me more. My collective messages. Look at that. We've got fertility and choose wisely. So feels like the opportunity to make different choices, to choose different outcomes. And I know that feels very mystical, right? It sounds like woo, feels like a movie, doesn't feel like real life. But something on this table is an opportunity that's resurfacing, whether it's an experience, a very specific situation, connection, whatever it is, because we have the Empress of fertility. So we did, in fact, so far see both cards in this deck that represent divine feminine energy. So this is you, regardless of your gender and how you identify, stepping into your receiving era, your receptive era of being very grounded and healing that divine feminine aspect of you. Because if you don't allow that to be in harmony with your divine masculine aspect, it creates all kinds of confusion. So I could see why you're tired if you are, why it feels like you need energy work if you do. If you're feeling dehydrated, like some of you may be drinking water, trying to drink a little more water, and it doesn't seem to be helping. I can see that, right? 7 of Cups, it's multiple cups. Some of you, I'm being told 7 cups a day, right? 7 of something a day, whether, I don't know, liters, whatever it is when it comes to water. When it comes to your body type, consult with the professionals that you would rely on for that knowledge. But there seems to need to be some sort of adjustment with the way you're consuming your liquids throughout the day. Okay. But I mentioned astral energy work, heart space. And that's where I'm feeling like the pulsing in that space as I step into this collective message. I like it because it feels like being so fertile that numerous options, numerous opportunities come your way. You don't have to do anything that you haven't already done besides some tweaks, right? When we talk about rest and hydration. But as far as effort, right? Output, making sure you don't overexert yourself in that way, because again, it feels like something coming in that's already due to you in the form of a karmic reward. So let me see what's at the bottom here. Lots of green, positive movement forward, and that is the 8 of Pentacles. So 8 of Pentacles talks about not overexerting yourself because it's simply not necessary. It talks about efficiency and being very skilled and very knowledgeable in your approach to things and seeing results because you're capable, right? Not doing too much. So whatever area of life I'm talking about, whatever it is you're prioritizing, whatever it is you're fixating on, I'm telling you now, you're gonna get the outcome you see. You had 2 third eye chakras with the high priestess. You know what you're talking about. You know what you're expecting, which is why the end result of whatever area of life I'm talking about will not feel like a surprise. It's gonna feel like a karmic close to a cycle. Like, this is something I've been chasing for multiple past lives, if you believe in that. This is something I've been chasing my whole life. This is a goal I had, a dream I had, that my parents before me had, that their parents before them had. It feels like that. That's what I was trying to explain at the beginning of this, is that energy. That's what it feels like. Feels like breaking possibly some type of generational curse for some of you, but that doesn't mean that it's not also like a past life karmic cycle that's coming to close, a karmic lesson that's been learned. Like, it feels like poof and it's gone, and a clear path. Okay, so let me get another from here. Look at that. We've got universal love in the split. And Gaia. It's gonna feel like after this shift, when your energy starts coming back, or as your energy begins to uplift, you're gonna feel like the planet loves you. And I don't know, like, I always talk about like your spirit team and ancestors and things like that, and just feeling divinely favored, which, divine feminine energy represents in a higher frequency. But this is a grounded, stable. So universal love in Gaia with fertility of the Empress, ruled by Earth sign of Taurus, right? So Earth sign, divine feminine energy, Gaia kind of feeling loved, like the planet is giving you everything you need. Some of you may see some results in some type of garden. Some of you will see results with things that gardens could be an analogy for, like actual fertility, your creative endeavors, things like that, okay? Let's see. I got a wave, and look, I got a peek at that divine feminine energy. Actually, I got a wave of those of you that let me know that you have that weird thing, whether it's an actual energy, a chip on your shoulder, whatever it is on your right shoulder. I got you. I see you. This is your confirmation that this is in fact your message. Okay. And if you're having issues with that, I didn't mean to knock the stand. At least y'all know it's real. Okay. I'm like knocking over things in real life. Healing if you're having ailments of that nature. But everything that the planet has available to you, You will receive and it will feel familiar. It feels like, yeah, I know I'm supposed to get a card, but I'm channeling. I apologize. We'll get it together. It's coming to me and it's grounding. It feels like the planet finally feeling like you're supported. Finally feeling like the world is moving in your favor, if that makes sense, right? Like we can feel as divinely favored as we want to, but if we don't see results in the 3D, it doesn't matter. It's gonna feel like miraculous instances of grounding. Like you'll be walking, you'll be on a walk, and you'll encounter your favorite flowers, your favorite plants in a place that they don't normally grow. You need to cut your grass, you'll see like random things in the grass that don't belong there, right? You'll get like hints and synchronicities from Earth itself, right? Because like it feels like some of you for the first time, Earth is gonna feel like home. I know everybody's all like, what star seeds, light workers? That's not what I'm most familiar with, but if those are labels you use, you're in the right place, right space. It feels like a grounding of people that associate with that energy. And even if you don't know what that is, feeling like you're finally stepping into your body completely. So, and being passionate about being able to enjoy Earth. So, tell me, give me more. Some of you are going to be a little more active than you're used to. I just got out of breath in a way that doesn't make any sense, right? So we were tired, then we were out of breath. Some of you are literally not used to moving around in your physical body. I love that for you because you absolutely will. You absolutely will get used to that. So tell me. There we go. Thank you. Authority. Talks about being powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. This mentions that energy of balancing your active and receptive principles, right? Knowing when to push, knowing when to pull. There's a lot of green here. Okay, so definitely a lifting of your heart space. Definitely prioritizing the receptive side because I genuinely do not know why I put everything to the left side. So something about the left side, something about being receptive. I will tell you this, and I know this just from over time as well as channeling now. Those of you with the issues on the right side of the body, specifically like if it's a shoulder, that's an overextending energy. That's too much push. You're healing the side of pull, right? So you're strengthening the side of pull so that it can balance how much to push. It's kind of like if you're like if you exercise and you go to the gym, if you lift weights with your right arms, like I don't know, like I don't think that that's like gonna benefit you because now the left side is not as strong as the right side because it's not used as much. That's the energy that I have here. And the balancing of that will be like magic, okay? So I'm gonna let everything shift to this left side because what I will do, I'm gonna pull you some advice on the right side after I confirm a couple of things really quick. Give me another message to support this channeled energy for the collective. What else do we need to tell the collective regarding this shift in frequency? Okay, like magic, have faith in your dreams, okay? Like this is what you need to know. You're at the waxing crescent stage, right after the new moon, right at the beginning of your journey. Like it's too early to question things. Whatever area of life that would be, it's much too early to question things. Have a little more faith because look at that little crescent. Like if you're the type that overreacts because you're not seeing immediate results in whatever you're doing, crescent, right? Like nowhere near the amount of time that it would take to become a full moon, okay? Let me see this at the bottom. Haha, you're very close to achieving your goal. Yeah, so give yourself, if you're the type that needs timelines, I do give them here where I'm able. If you give it the time range from the new moon to full, like give it at least what we would consider, I guess, to be about a half a month, so that you can see if anything is shifting in your favor, regarding whatever it is you need that answer for. Because some of you need an answer specifically, and that's why you're here. You want that specific answer. Give it from like a new moon to a full moon, okay? Because right here, you're at this stage, but when the moon gets here, you'll see that things have been working in your favor as you ground, as things stabilize, as you heal and clear energy and baggage. Okay, so because it feels like a group of you here that needs to clear energy, and that's leading to your pessimistic state. Like it's making you more pessimistic than you should be regarding just, I don't want to say a specific situation. It feels like you're that way regarding your life overall. That's not good. So I'll get you advice in a second, but we talk about stabilizing that very active principle of Aries. This is your independence, bravery, and passion. If you're overexerting yourself, definitely take a break, because I feel like I'm overexerting myself. I'm sitting at a table, right? So make sure you're not doing that, because I do feel like I just hit the gym. I went from sleepy to feeling like I hit the gym. You see what I'm saying? And if you're sleepy and going to the gym, stop. Somebody needs to hear to stop doing that. That's not good. Okay. So yeah, toot of confirmation. We don't get those that much, so we listen when we get them. To the sign of Cancer, nurture, comfort, and protection. So what I have here, from Aries season to Cancer season, okay? And if you have both Aries and Cancer placements, you're definitely in your right place, right space. But from the beginning of spring to the beginning of summer, right? We got 2 cardinal placements, beginning of seasons. That's a range where you may have began experiencing this shift real time. For those of you finding me in a timeless sense, something about the beginning of one season to the beginning of the other, not the end of the other, the beginning, right? This season starts, this season ends, but then the season starts, and that's when it matters, okay? So I have an empty space that we need to do something with. I will see what this empty space will be filled, and then I'll get your advice over here on your overextending side. Okay. Let's see. What is this extra space that we need for the collective? Really quick. Between Aries and Cancer, what needs to go here regarding this message? I'm just rolling with it because none of this makes sense and I don't read like this, okay? Boom. You're learning balance. You're learning to harmonize. I mentioned everything we talked about, balancing your active and receptive sides, right? We got too much over here, which actually is flipped energetically, right? Because it means the way that I'm reading, and I know it's throwing those of you that are like very symmetrical off, like you're looking here and I'm over here. It wants your attention over here because you're too focused over here. So you got spirit saying, leave over here alone, come over here, because you're doing too much. You're overactive, right? You're overactive here. Look over here, okay? Balance. So let me get your advice and close you out. We got 1, see, everything is balanced. 1, 2. Now we'll take the bottom and look at your table. Balance itself out. This shift. Haha, good fortune. You prioritize your good fortune. Oop. And you prioritize love. I almost grabbed that love deck to fill this hole. So now we're going to do it really quick. Right? Prioritize good fortune, prioritize finding love. I'll grab this deck here and I'll put it on top of equilibrium really quick because it's going to be a straightforward message. Okay, I'm not grabbing that. That's unrequited love. Fine, I'll grab it just so you can see. But it's not a real message. It's a maturing of that. So I'll put it here slightly off frame because it doesn't matter anymore. It's matured. It's a cycle that's come to a close. That's at equilibrium now when we talk about your love life, because you got finding love and an incoming energy of new love. So again, when we talk about unrequited energy, it's fine. It's okay because new love is coming in. Prioritize good fortune and finding love. okay? And don't let yourself be deceived, especially when we start talking about energy that's unrequited. What final advice do we have here? Magical power. Something about magic. If you're woo-woo, if you live an esoteric life, an occult life, an active spiritual practitioner life, good for you. It's saying to lean into that. And if you're concerned about whatever results, whether we're talking about just day-to-day discipline routine or spiritual workings, you're not giving it enough time. Okay, you're not giving it enough time. It is coming in. Okay, some of you, because I don't know why I crossed that, but I'm hearing like, and I don't really like Celtic cross spreads, but for whatever reason I saw that crossing like a Celtic cross, and I feel like I want to read that like this unrequited energy is crossing new love, which means it could be blocking your potential for new love, focusing on whatever unrequited situation, or even thinking that a situation is unrequited where you haven't confirmed is blocking your opportunity for love with someone new, because you kind of assume this person isn't interested in you, wouldn't be interested in you without confirming. I got that for some of you, okay? Because we have a deception energy, which means you're not seeing things clearly. You're not seeing people clearly, which is intentional because someone may be wearing a mask, okay? And if that's you, that's your confirmation to stop doing that, because that's what this says, okay? So I hope all of this makes sense. You guys make sure you're getting enough rest and drinking enough water. So thank you for watching.